Wood apple is one of the most unexpectedly complex fruits in South Asian ecological and cultural history. Known by several names, bael, belly, vilva, bilva, or simply wood apple, the fruit is deeply tied to sacred rituals, seasonal practices, survival cooking, and ancient herbal traditions. What makes wood apple unique is not just its flavor or appearance, but its placement at the crossroads of spirituality, nutrition, and rural survival economies. To begin understanding wood apple, you first have to place yourself into the physical environment where it naturally thrives. The fruit grows on tall, thorn-bearing trees native to India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia. The trees flourish in places where most other fruit trees struggle: arid soil, rocky terrain, drought-exposed rural zones, and temple groves where wild vegetation is not disturbed. The tree is not just tough, it is resilient in ways that carry agricultural significance. In many villages, it grows without irrigation, without pesticides, without pruning, without human maintenance at all. It is a survival tree, shaped over millennia. What is visually striking about wood apple is its shell. The exterior is rock-like, brown-gray, hard enough that villagers historically cracked it using stones or machetes. Inside, however, is a soft, intensely aromatic pulp, sweet-sour, tannic, caramel-like, slightly fermented, with a complexity that resembles tamarind crossed with citrus and molasses. For many, it is an acquired taste. For others, especially inland communities, it represents childhood, seasonal celebration, and ritual. For at least 2,000 years, wood apple has been linked to sacred symbolism, especially in Hindu and Buddhist ritual culture. The leaves of the tree, shaped like a tri-leaf cluster, have spiritual significance, frequently offered to Shiva in temple ceremonies. In classical religious texts, the tree represents purity, harmony, strength, and continuity. The fruit itself was considered ritually suitable for offerings, especially during seasonal fasts and pilgrimage periods. But beyond worship, wood apple was a practical food, especially before industrial refrigeration, food storage systems, and easy transport. The pulp keeps stable for long periods. When the fruit is cracked open, villagers mix it with jaggery, coconut milk, or date syrup to create thick sherbet-like drinks. These beverages historically replaced processed sugars and industrial energy drinks long before such products existed. Even now, wood apple juice stalls appear in Sri Lanka, Tamil Nadu, and Odisha during hot months, culturally embedded, refreshing, and economical. The culinary uses are varied: chutneys, jams, fermented syrups, fresh drinks, medicinal sweets, porridges, temple offerings, and preserved spreads eaten during famine periods. Wood apple, in this sense, was not just seasonal, it was functional survival food. From a botanical perspective, wood apple stands apart. The tree belongs to the Rutaceae family, placing it genetically close to citrus. The pulp carries natural pectin, making it useful in thickening mixtures long before commercial pectin existed. Traditional pharmacy texts detail how wood apple pulp was dried into blocks that could be dissolved later, a prehistoric version of concentrated health food. Medicinally, wood apple occupies an interesting place. In Ayurveda, it was associated with digestive stability, used to counter stomach imbalances, diarrhea, heat-related dehydration, loss of appetite, and weakened immunity during seasonal climatic shifts. Many classical herbal formulas use wood apple pulp, bark extracts, or leaf infusions. The fruit contains alkaloids, fiber, protein, beta-carotene, tannins, and aromatic compounds that behave like natural protectants. Modern analyses show antimicrobial properties, antioxidant activity, and mild anti-ulcer effects. None of this is mystical, it is botany interacting with biochemistry and rural medical intuition. The cultural journey of wood apple is deeply tied to rural economies. Villagers collect the fallen fruits, allowing them to fully ripen, since unripe wood apples are extremely tannic. Sellers crack them open along roadside stalls and sell the pulp by weight, creating an affordable marketplace product. Because the tree requires no costly agricultural input, profits go entirely into local circulation, one of the few agricultural chains where middle layers historically did not dominate. What also stands out is how wood apple bridges ancient ecological knowledge and modern sustainability. Because the tree resists drought, it prevents soil erosion, stabilizes dry landscapes, and grows where commercial crops fail. In reforestation efforts, wood apple is frequently recommended as a pioneer species. Its dropped fruits nourish small wildlife, birds feed on its fibers, cattle eat leftover pulp, and rural communities collect seeds for next cycle planting. The tree does not just feed people, it supports micro-ecosystems. In Sri Lankan cuisine, wood apple's identity is especially strong. Shops prepare wood apple ice cream, wood apple curd desserts, and thick traditional drinks served chilled in clay cups. The fruit's aroma is striking, it lingers in kitchens, sticking to surfaces, reminiscent of earthy caramel. It is one of the few fruits whose smell is culturally celebrated. Meanwhile, in India, wood apple's connection to temple culture reinforces its identity beyond simple nutrition. Many regional households break the fruit during major religious calendar events. Wedding preparations historically featured wood apple paste desserts because the fruit symbolized resilience and endurance. Modern society, however, rediscovered wood apple only slowly. Unlike papaya, mango, banana, or coconut, it never globalized industrially. Its hard shell makes mass shipping costly. Its flavor challenges mainstream expectations. And industrial agriculture favors uniform, exportable fruits. Wood apple remain tied to land, ritual, heat, seasonality, and place. Ironically, the fruit is now gaining renewed scientific interest. Its polysaccharides and antioxidant complexes are under study for digestive health, diabetic-friendly food formulations, and rural nutrition supplementation. Researchers observing climate-affected agriculture note that wood apple trees may be ideal for drought-resistant agroforestry networks. The most meaningful thing about wood apple is that it embodies the idea that ancient foods, formerly seen as rustic or low-market, often hold knowledge modern diets ignore. The fruit stands not as a commercialized global phenomenon, but as a stable local resource meaningful for thousands of years. Wood apple teaches that a fruit can be culturally sacred, nutritionally valuable, ecologically resilient, and economically egalitarian, all at once, without turning into a corporate trend. And that authenticity is exactly what makes it iconic.